Welcome to Cardano Over Coffee. Please remember you can join us live Monday through Friday on Twitter Spaces at 1:30 p.m. UTC, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube, download our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Joining us today is the Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society to talk about their upcoming mint and all they have accomplished over the past year. Don't forget, we'll be at Rare Evo in Denver, Colorado, August 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets at rareevo.io. Use discount code COC10 for 10% off your cost. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, man. Things have been going well. We have our weapons mint coming up. We've been head down grinding for the past 6 months, making things work. So getting things ready, and yeah, super excited to go into it. And
Yeah. Let's back up a little bit, right? Just for those that don't know who Dead Rabbits are. Damn rabbits hopping around Cardano for like the last year, and you don't know who they are. But give me a little rundown of who's all on the team, what you guys are doing, kind of what you've done so far, and then we'll get into what you're gonna do here.
yeah, absolutely. So I'll give a brief breakdown of the team and some of the history, and then our founder Jeb is actually on the main account today, and he can go over some of the stuff that we are about to do. We're pretty excited about it, and so let's start with the team. My name is Button. I am the community manager. I do all of our online games and events. I speak in Twitter Spaces like this one, and do YouTube interviews, and I also handle most of our collaborations. Our founder, Wilhelm Tesseract, runs a small games company and handles business to business on the back end, all of our interesting concepts. He has designed our battle app that we are making, and does a plethora of other things, writes the lore, composes the copy, so much on the back end. Our other co-founder, Maxifer, is our art director. He draws all the rabbit bodies, does all of our motion graphics. Super killer. Dude is a sniper. I have yet to see him miss. And Ragnar is the last member of our core team. He is our accessories artist. He draws a lot of the cool rabbit traits, like the bomber jacket my rabbit is wearing. Also, an absolute sniper. We minted back in April of 2022, and we kicked off with a month-long cypher hunt that took a team of 6 people to 5 for one of our one-of-one alien rabbit gods, Yamarashi, called Hunt for the Rabbit Ronin. A bunch of different Cardano communities had channels in their Discord where they were working together to try to solve it and win this prize. It was a really awesome time. And yeah, the team of 6 worked really hard and ultimately won it in the end. Then we moved on to an IRL scavenger hunt where we hit 20 cities across the world, every continent except Antarctica, contrary to popular belief. Not a whole lot of people there to go scavenger hunting for node keys. We then did a massive online games event called Dead Boxes, where people competed every week at different online games and events. And then at the end, the top 50 won a dead box. At the time, it was a mystery. Everybody in Cardano was asking, what's in the box? And we didn't tell them. But eventually, we sent them the boxes. They were loaded with swag. They got a bunch of different Dead Rabbits merch. A dad had a bunch of pins, T-shirts, stickers, lore book, all sorts of different stuff. And then we rolled out Roadmap 2.0. It started with our community and gaming token that'll be used heavily in Mole Wars and the Dead Store. And so the Dead Store is live right now. You can use our community token to buy whitelist for our project, as well as whitelist and NFTs from other projects. And then we get to the heart of Roadmap 2.0. And Jeb, I'll let you talk about what we're doing.
Okay, great. That was a nice introduction of some of our history. Can everybody hear me? Can I be heard?
You are not on the other side of the wormhole, so yes, we hear you.
Okay, great. I live in the woods, so it's hit and miss on my cell phone. Yeah, everything that Button was just talking about, you can read about on our website on the history page. If you want to dive into what rabbits have been up to for the past year. One other piece in there, we ran, what did we call that? We ran Dead Hideouts, which was a massive IRL scavenger hunt in Portland. And we had a team of 5 fly in, and they wound up in an abandoned train tunnel after 2 days of searching for the prizes for that one. So that was fun. Max and I walked and drove all over our area in the Northwest to set that up. So we sent people up to the top of Beacon Rock and down to the Willamette River, to a couple other kind of notable places around Portland. And then it ended in this huge abandoned train tunnel that's so long that when you're in the middle of it, you can't see light from either end. So the whole Dead Rabbits team comes from a creative and a gaming and adventure sort of outlook. Like, those are our passions, and a lot of that are what drives the creation of what we make with Dead Rabbits. So let's see what we're doing now. Roadmap 2.0. Weapons are what we've been working on for the past 6 months. And so Max and Ragnar have obviously been doing a lot of drawing. It's a fully hand-drawn set. I think AI NFTs we're going to get hit by an onslaught of in the next year or so. And so I think hand-drawn art is, there's something to be said for it. The barrier to entry for hand-drawn art is always going to be higher. And then Button and I have been doing a lot of collaboration and just like teamwork building behind the scenes, working with other projects. I love getting to meet founders of other projects, talking to them about what they're doing. There are so many projects on Cardano who have passionate teams that are building things. And or even if they're not building things, there are teams that have a very artistic approach. And we love working with both kinds of those teams. Teams that are building, teams that have passion about the art that they're making. It's that's one of the most fun parts of this job to me, is interacting with other people who are passionate about what they're making. So weapons is our next mint. This is the second collectible set from Dead Rabbits. And what I mean by that is the weapons mint, the weapons NFTs are composed of hundreds of traits. And these are real generative NFTs. So they are GIFs, they're GIF NFTs, but they're also layered NFTs. I'm not sure if that's a first in the space or not. I do know that Anvil had to invent a new process in order to handle the layering for weapons. So that's kind of fun. They had to develop something to get all the generative layers living with the GIF in a way that is quick, that you can actually make a full set of NFTs in this way. So it's a fully collectible set, hundreds of traits, hand-drawn art, and that's what it is at the core. And then we get into the utility, like what does it do? So weapons are the key to a bunch of different things. One of them is Mole Wars. I'm going to zoom out for a second. So when we're taking a macro look at the space, we were like, all right, what do people use NFTs for? Obviously, they are used as PFPs. They're used as personal brand. They're used as membership to communities. And we really wanted to bring this other use case having to do with gaming and having to do with social experience. And so that's the spirit in which the app is being made, is to create a game where people can battle head to head with using their NFT as their avatar in an app, and then have that be social, so that rather than just battling against a script, you're battling against another player, and then that experience can be shared on social media. So it's something that becomes something that people talk about, something that people tag about, something that's actually social. So that's the Mole Wars battle app that we're building. It's going to allow that. The weapons are your key to that. Weapons are also stakeable for Dead, and they will also be one of the keys to the upcoming Moles Mint. Moles is going to be our second PFP release, and that's not something that's happening tomorrow. It is on the roadmap 2.0. and weapons and rabbits will be one of the keys to that. One piece of feedback that we've taken from our community, especially over the last 3 months, is people would like to see more Dead Rabbit core assets as the key to other things that we're building. And so we've listened to that, and that will be one of the ways that weapons are used in the Moles Mint. Maybe I'll pause there for any questions.
Are the moles and the rabbits going to fight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the moles are the antagonist in our ecosystem. So they're written deeply into the lore. And yeah. To put it briefly, yeah, they're going to fight.
Are you using any of the new technology, the CIP68 or anything with any of this?
Yeah, good. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, weapons will be CIP68.
Nice. Adabuck, did you have a question?
Yeah. Hey, Jeb. Hey, Button. I just have a question in regards to what was just said about the core assets being used more in the future. Is that something you want to expound on, or is that kind of to be revealed later?
No, I can talk more about that. So yeah, basically, again, your core team for rabbits is composed of people that love making things. And I think anybody that's been in the project for a while knows that. We can't help ourselves. Making things is what we love to do. And so we have made a bunch of things, both IRL and also, digital assets within the project. And each one of those digital assets that we've made for fun. We've made so our community can have fun with it. And we've given them all away either for free, the vast bulk of them, or since the Dead store went up, for dead. In other words, we don't charge ADA for any of these tertiary assets that we make. We give them away, or you can get them for dead. And that's really fun. People have had a lot of fun with that. People resell them. We've had a lot of fun with it. But we are clear that takes away from our core brand. The way that they're being used takes away from our core brand. So although they're fun, it's not really helping the core brand, which is rabbits, supremes, and upcoming weapons. And so what we're going to be doing is cleaning up. We're going to do an ecosystem cleanup and put all of the focus back onto those core assets. Does that get to the heart of your question?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. And if anybody else is down there has any questions, feel free to request speaker and come. Just be respectful and put your hand out. Don't blurt it out, because I will dead rabbit your ass right out the room. Event Horizon.
Hi, yeah. Just want to say, mad props on your project. Looks amazing. I wanted to ask a question of your team size. How many people are there working on Dead Rabbits?
There are 4 people on the core team.
Are they all dedicated, or is it full time for you guys, or part time?
It is. It's pretty much full time or more than full time. I know that Button and Max and I all work more than 40 hours a week. And then Ragnar is our accessories artist. And so he works when we are working on something art related. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, the Rabbits team is full time, which, it's the only way we've been able to produce what we've produced. We've basically been making something or delivering something for 18 months. So 6 months before we minted last year. So yeah, it's a full-time team. I would say that Ragnar is, you guys probably know how artists work. When he's working, he's probably working more than full-time, but he's not working. He's not working
constantly
every day.
Yeah. You only slave his ass every few months.
Ragnar's a total stud, but yeah, he definitely has other stuff going on too.
That's awesome. You guys have been doing a lot in the ecosystem. And one thing I really enjoyed when you guys first kind of came along was those the hunts that you put people on, and they were posting videos and pictures. And I thought, boy, I really wish they would do one of these in Pittsburgh, because I would totally go to it and go do it, right? Because it's fun. It's something exciting. And
It's
I
coming. It's
yeah.
coming, man. There have been new developments in the space, and I'm actually not gonna pitch that offer right now, but I will soon. That make it much easier to set these things up. And so, like to your point, we'll be able to hit every major city in the U.S. We'll be able to hit anywhere around the world that we want to hit for our next hunt, and that's coming up. Like if you ask somebody about dead rabbits, if they know one thing about us, that's what they know. They remember that time when we were doing the worldwide scavenger hunt, and people were posting their videos to Twitter, finding stuff in their hometown. I love stuff like that. Geocaching is one of my passions, and so yeah, we'll definitely do that again.
And it's funny you bring that up because me and a buddy who I got into crypto, well, he actually got me into crypto in 2017, right? We had no fucking idea what we were doing, but that was my kind of my dark hole. And he's a big geocacher, and he's been into Cardano now for three years or so because he kind of quit crypto after the crash, and I kept learning, and so I brought him on board, and he's a geocacher, and he said, "Dead rabbits reminds me so much, and I love it. I wish they'd do more of it." So, and I could see specific like NFT project built right off of that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's so fun, and there are apps out there now, or dApps out there now that people are building that allow some really cool stuff. So yeah, this will actually be a piece of the weapons mint. There will be a hunt involved, and we'll be talking more about that as we get closer to that actual event.
Go ahead, 84.
So yeah, I just want to shout out to you guys. It's cool, really cool and awesome project. Listening to you guys here, it's even more cool. So we have like dead rabbits that are not dead, but pretty much alive in the bear market. And also, Button was speaking about boxes. No one knew what's inside them. So Schrodinger over here got roused a little bit. But yeah, about the question, are you planning to expand hunts further than United States or to Europe or somewhere, or for now you'll just keep them localized to states?
So our first hunt was actually worldwide. I'm going to say only 20 cities. It felt like a lot at the time. We hit 20 cities in the first hunt, and those were all over the world. So I think Button said we were on every continent except Antarctica. This next one will be everywhere. It'll be in all the major cities, in all the countries that we can think of. Like if we look at the map and we think there's likely to be, somebody who's into NFTs in this place, then we'll drop a piece of the hunt there. So yeah, again, like it's really easy now to set this stuff up, and so it's absolutely going to be a piece of the weapons mint and what's coming.
I'm going to go off on a limb here. Have you guys reached out to any government of these cities that you're doing this in? Reason I ask, right, is I live in a small city, and there's this guy who his name is Millionaire Mike, and he's an anon guy. Every time you see him, he has a mask on, yada yada. But he does these hunts, right? And he's worked with local government, and they've promoted these hunts. And have you guys thought of doing anything like that?
No, that's not something that has occurred to me. But yeah, working with locals for promotion is an interesting idea. Like we do get, so I mean everybody in the space gets insular. It's like it can be easy to forget, like, oh, there's a cross promotion opportunity here. So yeah, thinking about that, like the last hunt we ran, it was absolutely something that was marketed to the NFT community. But yeah, putting it out there to the wider audience is a good idea.
Yeah, just something to think about. And the only reason I thought about it is because of this guy and these hunts that he does, and he raises money for different charities in the town when he's doing it. So that I think that's what helps bring those kind of government officials in, right? So just something to think about.
Nice.
What's the future hold? What in a perfect world in your mind as the creator of Dead Rabbit Society, where are you in 10 years from now?
We'll be around, that's for sure. So my motivation to do what we're doing is completely rooted in creativity and in gaming. And so when I look at the future, the first thing that I think about is getting this this gamified social use case built out and then brought to Cardano. That's goal number one right now for me in the midterm. Obviously, like the short term has been working on this weapons mint and getting that out. But the biggest piece of Roadmap 2.0 in terms of what we're building is this gamified battle app that we're building. And so that's immediately what I think of when I think of the future. In terms of further out than that, Button and I talk a lot about where the space is as a whole, where rabbits are as a whole, where we're going. I don't want to reveal a ton of that right now because ideas in this space get front run really fast. But yeah, suffice to say, like we've already been here doing exactly what we want to do for 18 months, and we're not going anywhere. Like Dead Rabbits is a legacy Cardano brand, and that's how it was built from day one. Like we love the space, we love this community, and there are all kinds of opportunities that are emerging all the time, and the space is evolving all the time. And so we try to be sensitive to that. Like we try to look around and see, okay, like, you know, what is happening cross chain? You know, what is going on multi-chain? So these are all discussions that we have. But yeah, overall, creativity, building, you know, good art, social interaction, like these are the things that drive us, and those are the things that we're building toward.
Awesome. And one last thing, and then I'm shutting my mouth up. When's the weapon mint? And is there any benefits to Rabbit holders for the weapon mint?
So the weapon mint is on April 22nd. And one of the key ways to look at weapons if you're new to the ecosystem is that they are stakeable for dead. So that's an immediate reward that you get. In terms of using rabbits for whitelist, that's not a piece of the weapons mint. That's a piece of feedback that we've gotten and that we're totally listening to. And so using your DRRS assets in order to get whitelist or in order to be able to mint, that's going to be a part of the moles mint. Right now, the weapons mint is there. Obviously, there's whitelist associated with that, and then there's a public chunk associated with that. So that's how that's going to roll out.
And one last question. I have another one. I'm sorry. Do I have, for this app, do I have to have either a mole, a rabbit, and a weapon, or do I have to have all three? Well, how will this all work when it's all started?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great to be able to clarify. So you will be able to use any Cardano NFT as your hero in Mo Wars. And yes, you will need a weapon. So the weapon is the key into Mo Wars. But in terms of what you use as your avatar, as your hero, that can be any Cardano NFT.
Wow, excellent.
And that's, let me riff on that for a second. That's the whole point. So like, it's so important if you're making a game, you have to recognize what the core problem with games is. And the core problem with games is adoption. And so if you build a game, but only people that are in your ecosystem are allowed to use it, Cardano is way too small for that. That's not going to work. It's just too small. There aren't enough people. And so the idea with Mo Wars is to be inclusive and to make it something that everybody can have fun using. And that not only can the users have fun with it, but it benefits every project. And so I'll talk a little bit about this. This is stuff that we haven't talked too much about. It's a simple idea, but a powerful one. So let's say you're battling with, you know, your favorite NFT, whatever that is, a dirt bird, an ape, a Kong, you know, whatever. And you win the battle. After you win, you'll be able to send out a victory tweet, and you'll be able to put tags in that tweet. And we all know that Twitter is huge for NFT projects. And so this is another way of getting mentions, of getting exposure on Twitter. And it's not just for rabbits. That'll be for everybody. So anyone that's having that social experience during or after their game will be able to do that tweet, and then it creates awareness for all the projects that are participating.
That's awesome. That's a way to support the whole community without doing a shit ton of extra work, right?
Coming from a tabletop gaming perspective, it takes a shitload of work to run games and events that aren't code based. And so we've done a lot of talk about, okay, well, how do we automate some of our passions? And, none of us is a developer. So thank God we know Big D and the Anvil team. But yeah, getting some of this automated so that code is handling that workload was one of our main goals after season 1. And so that's what Mole Wars is all about, is keeping the game, but getting it to an automated place.
Excellent. Ada Buck, you get the last question.
Hey, definitely Dead Rabbits as well as the Ape Society. I know these are two projects that have gone over and beyond as far as and being inclusive of the whole Cardano community. But one thing that I noticed, and this is kind of a question, kind of a statement, in the Cardano community in general, is that we're already a very small niche, right? So it would be good, as a suggestion, to include more, basically to look beyond the Cardano community. Like Jeb, I know you guys, when you did the some of the treasure hunts, you had some of the rabbits tagging people from Solana and Ethereum, which I thought was very great, to bringing in new people who are already in crypto, but not necessarily in the Cardano community. Do you think it would be a good idea, possible? I'm not sure. I'm not a dev either. As far as allowing other NFTs that are not in the Cardano ecosystem. Again, I'm not sure what would it take from a dev standpoint. Let's say like a Bored Ape, for example, to participate. And is that something that might be possible or even considered in the future?
Yeah, 100%. We would dearly love to do that. And these are questions for our developers. Like I cannot answer the question, what would it take? I am assuming that it would take quite a bit. But yeah, cross-chain and multi-chain is just the future. There's no denying that. We can't be siloed in our favorite projects, and we can't be siloed on our favorite chain. So this is what Button and I talk about all the time, is what the future looks like with regard to that. Yeah, man, I would love to build a product that, frankly, that just everyone could use. I personally would be on the concept side of that, and then the first thing I would do is get with a developer and ask them. So yeah, I haven't asked Big D about that. I'd be interested to see what would it take to build something truly universal that everybody could have fun with. But yeah, like the short answer is that would be insane. We would love to do that.
I'm with Dead Rabbit Society. The future is cross-chain. Everything will run on Cardano.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just no way that it doesn't evolve in that direction. We're so early right now. Everyone is so like the tribalism in NFTs is is pretty crazy. But like as things continue to develop, it's going to move cross-chain and multi-chain.
10 years from now, it'll be a whole different landscape, right? So anything that you guys last want to cover, you or Buttons, anything you missed that we want to make sure that we get out there?
I can say a few more words and then let's get Button in here to wrap it up. So we will be dropping, we dropped a major video. God, was that at the beginning of this week? It feels like a month ago. That's how fast the time moves in NFT space. We dropped a major video earlier this week about what we are building. And we'll be dropping another one close to mint. And we're giving away whitelist in the run-up to mint. We've got 24 comrade projects that are giving away whitelist in their discords. And yeah, we're really excited for people to enter the armory on mint day and see what we've been building. There are some secrets that we haven't revealed yet, and you'll be able to discover those on mint day as well. So we're stoked to release this set.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. Buttons. Anything you want to finish up with, brother?
No, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for having me and all of Dead Rabbits. It's been absolutely amazing. It's crazy to think that, 18 months ago, I was requesting to speak on the stage for the very first time, and here we are 18 months later, about to release our second collectible set, one of the top projects in the space, and to see things really come full circle. Weapons Mint, April 22nd, 2023. 24 Comrade projects, lots of hidden Easter eggs and secrets. Whitelist is still available. We'll be racing marbles this afternoon. We have games and events all next week. There's plenty of opportunity to get whitelist. Weapons are for all of Cardano. It's not a Rabbits thing. It's a Cardano thing.
Thank you so much, you guys, for having us on.
Thank you, guys. And I forgot to tell you that the price for coming on our show is one super rare NFT from the Weapons. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe Epoch will have really good luck with the Weapons.
Epoch stopped buying NFTs buttons because he only buys rug pulls, so he's fucking horrible.
I don't know. Last time I did the space, he said he wanted whitelist, and he was gonna definitely buy one because I gave him whitelist for the OG drop,
and he missed it.
And so we'll see. But I believe Epoch has that dice roll luck. So
if he doesn't min it, I'm gonna punch him in the face and still it.
Thanks everyone for listening to Cardano Over Coffee, and a special thanks to our guest, Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society. We look forward to the Weapons Mint, and we hope to see you all at Rare Evo on August 24th through the 26th. Tickets are on sale now at rareevo.io. Use coupon code COC10 for 10% off.